What's going on, guys? Magdallan here. I would like to do a quick review of Soulstone Survivors. I had a lot of fun playing Vampire Survivors like a couple months ago at the end of the last Path of Exile League. And I saw this one. It was more to my taste. It looks like it's a little bit more polished. And it was only 10 bucks on Steam. So I jumped in. And I've had a blast. I've got about 14 hours of playtime so far. Some of that's probably idle time, but I can already tell I'm going to get double, triple, quadruple that, as many hours as I want to play. It seems like the game has content for days. And so let's take a look at what's available on these panels here on the main screen, and then we'll jump into some gameplay, and we'll talk about what I like, what I don't like real quick, and then we'll send you on your way. So you've got all of these characters here. I've unlocked several of them, and they all have a completely different weapon that has a different attack speed, different attributes. Some of them are slash type stuff, some are projectiles. The basic barbarian's got a whirlwind, and there are still quite a few left to unlock, but I believe I've unlocked all the easy ones. The rest of these seem like you have to do achievements to get them. But just out of the ones that I've unlocked, I found the Paladin to be probably my favorite. And then over here on the fight screen, you pick your character, click here, and then you've got 5 maps. You just kind of, as you complete them, it unlocks the next one. And you've got a curse system where you can ramp up the difficulty, and then a tiered progression system to go along with that. And as you can see, I've barely scratched the surface here, and so there's a lot of gameplay here. And then if we back out of this, there's a blacksmith where you can craft more weapons for the characters. And I've only seen the one, but maybe there are more, or maybe they plan on adding more. But I did just unlock this one, and so my next run I'll use that. And so you can see, now I can click down here, and it gives you a different format. So this is a slash type thing instead of a whirlwind. And then I've got a bleed going on here, and it looks like it does a little bit more damage in total than the whirlwind, but obviously it's directional instead of circular. So that's neat. I've enjoyed unlocking each character and seeing the different weapons and trying to make builds around the theme of the character. It's been a pretty good time. There's this rune page that I haven't even engaged with at all. And it looks like it's achievement based, but I'm excited to see what happens here, if this gives you big power boosts or what this is all about. But as I said, there's a lot of content here, so I wanted to get this video out because I was excited about the game. I figured if you guys hadn't heard about it yet, for only 10 bucks, can't really go wrong. It's got a skill tree going on with basically the stuff that you would expect to see. I won't spoil any of it for you. I enjoy kind of figuring these things out for myself the first time, but it's fairly deep considering its size. I don't know if more stuff unlocks or if there's more pages, but I've enjoyed messing around with this so far, and you can definitely tell as you progress, like it makes a big difference for each run. And then there's an achievement tab that just kind of lets you keep track of stuff here. As you can see, I really don't have a whole lot done. Let's jump into a match here. We'll just go to this first level here. All right, I've got the Xbox controller. The game works great with mouse and keyboard. I just prefer the thumbsticks, and it all works great. Runs buttery smooth. I'll get a few slowdowns at the very end of a match if stuff's going really crazy, but it runs really, really well for being an early access game. And so we're just going to kind of kill these guys. You can see they're dropping gold, and that's filling our XP bar. Let's see, we should level up here. And then every time you level up, you get these 3 options. It'll either be a passive or an active skill. And active in the sense that it goes into your thing here, not that you actually do a button input. All the skills actually trigger on their own. You just control the aim of some of them, but otherwise it's all automated. So we're going to go ahead and grab this so we can do some extra dodges. It took me quite a few matches before I even realized the dodge existed. And so I was having some success without it, but obviously it makes a huge difference. And we're just going to clean up some more of these guys here, grab a few more levels. Okay, let's take Chaos Bomb. And I've had really good success, even in the first couple runs, with having a basic idea for a build and being able to execute it. If I wanted to just do all fire stuff and scale AoE, I was mostly able to do that. Obviously, as you unlock stuff, that becomes easier. But they've done a really good job with how the match ramps its way up and the way that you're able to experiment and customize the build on the fly, even with the bare minimum of unlocks. I think they did a great job with that. And then there's these resources that you can use at the blacksmith, that you kind of knock them open there and then pick them up. Let's see if we can find, take some damage here. There we go. And we'll see if we can find the health pickup, so I can show you what that looks like. And each stage has its own sort of thing that you can mine or harvest. And so I'm assuming, like I said, that they're going to add more stuff that you can craft for each class, or maybe there are more that you unlock later and I just haven't seen them yet. And so it's interesting that they've included that kind of persistent farming mechanic. I don't know if I've seen something exactly like that in a roguelike game. As you can see, the number of enemies is slowly ramping up. I'm having to dodge more stuff. The way they've done these telegraphs is fantastic. With you've got the outline circle first, and then it kind of fills up. And here's a pickup that increases the distance from which you can pick up the gold. I like to grab 1 or 2 of those throughout the course of a match. And you see we're leveling up really fast at the beginning here. And see, look at the clarity of the telegraphs there. It does get crazy at the end of the match. It's not always this clear, but I mean, this is pretty good gameplay for me. I feel like I'm able to see what's going on, even though there's a lot of stuff happening, and it's pretty fair. It seems pretty fair most of the time. I haven't died yet where I didn't know why I died. I kind of know how I could have played better and succeeded. And I think that's about as strong of an endorsement of the gameplay as you can make. And you see we're just grabbing stuff to make us cast faster, move speed, damage for our skills, etc. And just kind of picking up gold. I still haven't seen one of the health pickups, though. Anyway, if we don't see one, they're green rocks. And here's our first boss. Oh, here's one up here. So I'll go show it to you. And I'm just picking random skills. You want to obviously pick ones that are to your taste and maybe have them be of a piece. You'll get some options where it'll say, increased AoE or damage or whatever for all fire tag skills or physical or whatever. So that's a cool mechanic. And there, that first boss is down. Grab a damage increase. And I think I'll leave the rest of it to your own experience. I've had a great time playing this. As I said, I can't recommend it enough. At $10, there's a lot of hours of gameplay here. It runs smooth. Everything works the way that it should work, and I expect that as they make improvements and add content, this could actually be a really deep game in the end. And so, yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and if any of this was interesting or helpful to you, please do hit that like and subscribe button, and I will see you in the next video. I appreciate you.